Well, hello everybody, and welcome down to some Legion Tower Defense 2. We've got our random game of the day as we have Dominatus and Gucci 42 taking on iWumbo and Waranty. Let's take a look at their lanes for Wave 1. In lane 1 is Dominatus. He's the red player. He's starting off with a bounty hunter. In lane 2, it's the berserker start for Gucci 42. He is the blue player, and they compose the west team. Heading over now to the east team. And in lane 3, with the yellow player, it's iWumbo, and he's starting off with the bounty hunter. And in lane number 4, it's Waranty, and he's starting off with the Atom and the Proton build. My name is Jeremy. We're going to have some fun here today as we take a look at this random game of the day. Taking a look at all of these waves, there were no major sends, so all of these should hold. Our biggest worker jump is Waranty. This is a standard proton start where you put 4 of these protons out and you upgrade one of them to an atom. That will be able to hold anything. You're going to watch as that starts to build. If he sticks with the pure atom build, that is a very popular build right now in the game. Pretty basic if you stick with the strategy that is there. And the berserker gets to work, and it's a full clear for all of the waves right now. A small advantage in regards to gold on the west side. As you see, 2 mass spirits that are designed to be a tiny bit of a meat shield. They're kind of a strange meat shield, but earlier on in the game, these T1 units, this Tier 1 units can be used very well to block the bounty hunter, to make it so that the bounty hunter can be protected long enough to get his kills. And it's a 2 snail send into the bounty hunter, and that could be a wonderful play or a big mistake, and it all depends on the targeting that happens. And right now all of the targeting is focused on this bounty hunter, but it looks like he is going to be able to hold on, and in that he gets 2 extra mana, so the bounty hunter receiving that extra mana for killing these units, and that's what he's doing with the snails. So perhaps a small little tiny bit of a mistake that came over from Waranty sending those 2 snails. And here you're seeing from Gucci 42, it's a brute send. He got it in before, and now you're seeing pro-level strats. This is what the best players in the world will call it. Anytime something leaks through with just the littlest bit of health, it allows the workers to get more time to work. And as Gucci 42 does have the highest worker count, it ends up being a pro-level leak. So that's what you're seeing there from Gucci 42. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but ultimately it ends up benefiting him because it gives his workers more time to pump out Mythium. And he is able to get in this snail send as well. So we're going to see the brute and the snail coming from Gucci 42. And Gucci 42 is going to be sending over to Waranty. So let's take a look over at Waranty's lane. Let's see if this is able to hold on. He is up to the 3rd atom, and so this is probably going to be a hold as the atoms end up doing a ton of damage early on in the game, especially as they ramp up. Every time they get 6 additional mana, their attack speed goes up by 25%. So you'll see this last atom will start to just melt the units as they go through. And you see the pressure being put on by the brute. Some bad targeting as the brute will target this atom, so we will see a leak. Normally that brute, if he does send over to these protons, he ends up being able to be killed by that atom, but because he focused his attention on the atom right away, he was able to DPS it down, and you are seeing the tiny bit of a leak here. And I think that's going to be some frustration there from Waranty. He thinks that he should have been able to hold that wave, and he did get some unlucky targeting. But again, with an 80 send, just the 1 leak isn't so bad. As we take a look at the amount gained from leaks, just 6 and 4 in regard to gold. So everything fairly even right now. The good thing is now you see the separation. And again, I'm surprised that this proton strategy, and just in the way that it's built here by Waranty, that he might want to check that out, just because of the pathing that you see from the units. You kind of want to separate far left and far right and get an equal split. That allows your protons and your atoms to be able to have time to charge up, as we see a rat infestation over here as the looters and the pack rats are getting to work just tanking all of this damage from these flying chickens. And here we go. Next wave, we're going to see a big double brute send from Dominatus. He's going to be sending over to wave 3. To lane 3, and that is iWumbo. So iWumbo is going to be taking on 2 brutes at the present moment, but you do see that the Mythium for Dominatus is over 20, so he could add a snail to that, and there you see the snail coming through. So Dominatus trying to do everything he can to entice a leak here on lane number 3, and you just see so many of these rats that are out here, these looters and the pack rats, just trying to soak up the amount of damage from the brute. And 2 brutes just starting to get to work, and you're going to start to see this line cave in as the surround happens from the scorpions. Now the question is there enough DPS going on to this wow shroom to be able to keep it down? It does regenerate health very quickly, and if you're not continuing to get it down, it should be able to tank for a good amount of time. There are still 2 brutes going, and you see the debuff there. Now 6 stacks of Maul just slowed that attack speed to a crawl as the Maul reduces the attack speed by 4% with every stack it had. So that was a almost 25% decrease in attack speed. So you will see 2 brutes leaking through. That is going to be some extra income going over to the West team side as we see that income start to stack up, especially if he does get to the king, because they'll be able to do some king damage as well as get that leak information. So there you see it's 36 gold pieces that head over to the west side. That is going to benefit them greatly. And again, you see just the leak that is lost from iWumbo and Waranty. And at this point, 32 gold doesn't seem like a lot, but it really can add up. As you see, Waranty does have the circle of protons going. We probably will see the APS go in there at some point in the next wave or 2. And the APS does increase the attack speed. And when they get their attack speed as well, you get that stack. Let's take a look over at the west side as both Dominatus and Gucci 42 received fairly decent sends. We see 120 onto Gucci's side in the form of the double brute. It is the brute and the hermit send over on Dominatus's lane. And the hermit does have that passive health regeneration, so you are seeing them get back into this DPS line. It'll be a big win if they can take out these 2 units that are at very low health. And look at that Rocco carrying forward with just 5% HP. And it's got to be a disappointment that if you can get those 2 focused down, perhaps you're able to hold that wave and just watch quickly how they're able to be wrapped up. But we do see the leak coming back, and now the gold advantage swimming the other way. So it's the East team of iWumbo and Waranty now with the gold advantage, 30 extra gold being sent their way. That is 3/5 of the cost of a worker. Again, as the workers ramp, and we see Waranty with the highest worker count right now at 8. As those workers ramp, it increases the income. As the income increases, it increases the amount of workers, which increases the income. It's a never-ending cycle of love when it comes to ramping. Now the question is, if you're going to ramp up that much, can you hold your wave? And you see the APS now giving an extra attack speed to these atoms. So let's see how those atoms deal with this wave. Right now the recommended value for this is 700, and at 770 Waranty is above that, especially with no sense. So by all rights, Waranty should be able to hold this wave, and every wave he holds with the higher income is going to benefit him. Easy holds all around. And iWumbo is going to be sending, as well as Gucci42. They're going to be sending on this wave. And again, anything that's purchased during the day phase, which is when the units are attacking, that money adds into your income. If it's put after in the night phase, it does not add into your income until the next night phase. So you want to be able to, if you're going to be sending, you want to send prior to that day phase to get that extra income. And you saw that on Gucci and iWumbo. Let's take a look over in lane number 2 and see whether or not you can get the hold here from Gucci42. He does have the canopy. The canopy is very strong against this arcane damage that's coming, this magic damage that's coming from these cobras. So he's able to tank a lot of that damage, and the canopy holds on. We did have a warranty from, or a leak from Waranty on lane 4 as we see the units get through. And again, this is the second leak by Waranty as we take a look at the leak history. Waranty had a small leak on wave 3 and then a bigger leak here on wave 8. The biggest leak belonging to Dominatus on wave 6 as he leaked 81%. Gucci's worker numbers are skyrocketing. He's up to 11 right now. And again, he just received a decent send from iWumbo, so he knows that a bigger send is not coming. That's why he can ramp up. You'll see the best players will always wait until after they get a big send at them, and then they will ramp up significantly, knowing that the likelihood of them receiving a back-to-back big send is very, very low. The biggest send going to lane 3. It's iWumbo receiving 2 brutes and a lizard. And we had the alpha male able to hold on and hold off the half of this wave long enough for the overpowered side to be able to clear the overpowered side and head on over. And we do have a leak from Dominatus in lane 1. Look at the size of that as both the Hermit and Safety Bowl carry through on these carapaces. And now can the carapaces force a leak on this side? Again, they're getting a passive heal and they're getting passive damage increase. Sorry, a passive damage reduction on their armor, and they are very strong against ranged units. So the question is this Adam going to hold? Is this Adam going to hold against the Safety Mole and this Hermit? And it doesn't look like it's a little bit of bonus cash going the other way. And again, just increasing the lead that the East team has over the West team. Now 154 extra income that was gained. That's not turn income, that is just income overall that has been put in there, and that's why you see the advantage right there of 3,800 gold that has been won in essence for the sends that come from mercenaries, as well as the sends they get from the income that they generate, and they have a small advantage over the the west side. Minor send over on wave 1 as a Hermit comes through just to add some health regeneration to this Granddaddy who's trying to make his way through all of these units. But he's got some tanky units, says Dominatus. Is the Antlers able to hold off? Now the question is the focus power of these False Maidens that are very good against a mass amount of units, but not so good against one single unit. The small benefit that's going to happen, it would be if that Hermit went down. It did not go down, so Dominatus with a 42% leak. And this Granddaddy's going to get in there and run into the leftovers of Gucci's army, which have no problem clearing it up. And let's take a look at what is going to be selected. We've got Magician, we've got Giant Snail, and we've got Guardian Angel. So it looks like we had Magician selected by Dominatus and iWumbo. Gucci 42 selected the Guardian Angel buff. And you see it there, the unit coming back to life after it dies. It comes back with a maximum of 2,100 hit points. In this case, pretty much bringing the Berserker back to full strength. The biggest send is going to be by Gucci into lane number 4, as he is going to send both a Drake, a Dino, and a Fiend. So the Fiend and the Dino taking the DPS away early so that the Quill Shooters can get off some free damage without taking any themselves. And the Drake just providing a straight DPS. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, as these Atoms are going to be holding on. Again, they are the big DPS units as they start to ramp. It's going to be tough, and look at that. I did not expect these Quill Shooters to hold on and win this wave, but they are going to force a leak on Waranty's side. And easy cleanup from iWumbo. If you're new to the game, you might be wondering where all those units are coming from on iWumbo's side. And they are coming from these Soul Gates. The Soul Gate will generate a unit, and as its mana fills up, it will generate another unit. When it generates a unit, it loses hit points. So we see right here, it's got 2,000 hit points. Every time it generates a unit, it loses 20% of its max HP. So it is going to generate 5 units. It's going to generate 3 tank units and 2 DPS ranged units. And unless you can heal this unit, that is all it's going to take. So you're going to see sometimes the healing strats to keep the Soul Gates healthy. And again, they're pumping out these Hellions. And they're pumping out these Nightcrawlers. And Nightcrawlers are the ranged DPS unit, where the Hellions are the tank unit. So good clear. There were no major sends there. Let's see. We've got 302 Mythium saved up by Dominatus. Let's see if he uses it here on Wave 13. Generally, you're going to try and see teams send together, because if they can both force leaks, obviously, doing more damage to the king, which is the ultimate goal of the game, is to knock down the king, the Earth King versus the Sky King. They've been in battle with each other for years and years. And it's coming finally to fruition here in Legion Tower Defense 2, 330 Mythium. And again, Gucci adding to the send, but Dominatus not currently sending. There it is, 5 brutes being sent over to iWumbo, and you can see the brutes doing work. The brutes have that stacking ability called Maul, which reduces the attack speed. So you want to get all of them attacking one unit at the same time, and you'll see how fast they can get down this Kingpin, who's got 9 stacks, just really slowing down that attack power and going very slow. Now the question is, can they get back to these gates before they spawn again? These gates do have the Magician aura, so they do regain their mana very quickly, and that's a big hold from iWumbo. But on the other side, Waranty is losing 64% of the leaks, and you just see the mass amount of these summoned units that just do the damage. And an easy hold by these Soul Gates. And we'll see whether these Soul Gates get upgraded to the Hellgate. The Hellgate, obviously, the upgraded version, very expensive, however, but it is a wonderful unit that can just pump out a lot of good summoned units that can hold an entire wave by themselves. They're just that good. Currently, we do have the lead for the East team, as they have a 300 gold advantage. As we take a look at Waranty's side, this is about the time that the atoms start to lose their power. The atoms are a great unit once they can ramp up, but they are not that tanky. So you're seeing right now these killer slugs getting in and just taking out a lot of these atoms. And as they can do that, obviously not giving them time to charge, they start to get a little bit behind, even with the help of the MPS and the APS. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not Waranty starts to put up a meat shield to be able to give his atoms more time to charge up. And that will help. That is a Fire Lord. Let's take a close look at the Fire Lord. It upgrades to a Phoenix and does more damage the less mana it has. And the mana actually acts as a shield. So the shield charges up as it gets reduced. When it has low mana, you'll see that his attack power will increase greatly. We're going to focus in on this unit right now because we want to show it. It is a tier 6 unit. We'll select it here and we'll watch as the mana decreases. Watch this attack power go up. So again, it did take a bit of damage, and it's not the tankiest of units. However, once it has reduced mana, it does do a ton of damage. It attacks quite quickly. Now we'll see if the giant quadrupus can take down a lot of these atoms that are doing the damage to him right now. This does look like a leaking situation. However, I could be wrong, as the quadrupus is down to just under half health right now. The question is, how quickly can it take down these MPSs and the APS? We do have a leak from Dominatus, iWumbo, and Waranty. The lone holder, is it going to be Gucci? Let's take a look. Yeah, Gucci held his units. Look at the stack of army that he has here running with these Hades as his main damage dealer. King damage being done down to 79% over on the Sky King side. That is the east side. And we have a big send from iWumbo and Waranty. So we're going to take a look at the sides here on the west side, as both iWumbo and Waranty getting the buff combo, which is the healer, the damage buff, and the defense buff units all coming through. Damage being done by the pack leader, the healer by the hermit, and the defensive buff by the safety mole. Also, let's add in a bunch of brutes and a mimic to the mix. So let's see how the west side holds on this big push by the east side. 580 Mythium each being sent. Oh, looks like a big leak on Dominatus' side. 158% on Dominatus' side. What's going to happen over here on Gucci's side? Now the question is this a fatal leak? As you see, a little bit of a leak on Waranty's side, but 38 units of almost fully upgraded King. Is it going to be enough to take it down from full health? We'll watch the countdown of the Earth King right now as he gets Maul as well put on him, the Maul debuff. It's going to be enough, and that's going to be a big win for iWumbo and Waranty. The big send on Wave 16 makes the difference here today. Thank you so much for joining us in this matchup of Legion Tower Defense 2. If you'd like to be featured in the random game of the day, the random game of the week, you have 3 tasks. Number 1, like this video. Number 2, subscribe. And number 3, leave your name down below and you will get your chance to be featured. Make sure, if you're not already part of the Legion Tower Defense 2 craze, that you use the link below to get into the game. It's the fastest growing and best multiplayer tower defense game in the world. My name is Jeremy, and you've been watching coverage of Legion Tower Defense 2 here on YouTube. Thanks for joining.